Chudsama. I won Miss Diva 2018 and the right to represent India at Miss Universe. I couldn't stop crying. I could see my father through my tear-filled eyes, my brother jumping in joy, and could feel the presence of my mother all around. That is a moment I will never forget. I want to win Miss Universe. I want to spread the message of self-love.
Hello. Thanks for bearing with me. And we are thrilled to have a guest here. And as our heartbeat goes so fast, it's without any delay, I would like to invite the dynamic, multi-talented, gorgeous Ms. Nehal Chudsama to take the panel and share our journey with us. Ms. Nehal, thank you for being here with us today. And we are eagerly looking forward to hearing from you. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you to the organizers and everyone who's been a force behind having me here. It's always a pleasure to be addressing women and young people and sharing my journey with them. And what a fabulous platform! What a fabulous idea that you guys have come up with. I really appreciate such a step. Yeah, that's great. I just want to apologize. I'm a bit sick today. So I'm not sounding like me, but please bear with my unwell voice. So yeah.
Sure, definitely. We are here to we are with amazed, glazed eyes to watch you and hear you. Anything would be fine. We are very happy to hear from you.
Thank you. Yes, so like I'm not sure, you'll have to help me. How do we go about it?
Ms. Nehal, would you like to share your journey and insights of how being Miss Diva Universe? Can you just share a few things about that so that we'll
Wow.
And how comfortable with you, like if you want to just speak on the topic or if you want us to guide with the questionnaires?
I think questions would be great because along with that, I will obviously try to go about the question as well. I think that would be great instead of me just, starting from anywhere because people will be lost that way. I think questionnaire would be better. Yeah.
Sure. Before that, few points from you.
Right. So, as you guys watched the video, there's three things that I hold very close to my heart, three principles. I'm gonna try to speak in English as well as Hindi so that if there's anyone who doesn't really connect with English can also understand Hindi. So there are three principles that are very close to my heart. One is self-love. Now, self-love is a term which is very underrated. Like it's seen as something very cliche. Oh, I love myself, so what? But it goes much deeper than what we think it is. My journey began with the thought of self-love. Like I used to be this tomboy who would who would live a very unhealthy, very rash life in a way that I wouldn't care about myself at all. And I was always bruised somewhere or the other, and I wouldn't really take care of myself, really groom myself. So the moment when I thought of participating in pageants, the first step that I took towards my dream was self-love. When I realized how important it is to groom yourself for your physical appearance, how important it is to love yourself the way you are, and then work on yourself. That's actually the source of me being where I am today. So self-love is very important. I'll speak more about it in depth later when you ask these questions. But yeah, so it's self-love. Second is hard work. Guys, again, this is something very cliche. हम हर इंसान को ये कहते हुए सुनते हैं कि मेहनत करो, but again it goes deeper than just a word. हार्ड वर्क के बिना इस जिंदगी में कुछ भी हासिल नहीं होगा. आप चाहे किसी भी फील्ड में हो, आप अगर करियर भी नहीं करो, आप एक वर्किंग मदर हो, आप कुछ भी हो, आपको हार्डवर्क के बिना इस जिंदगी में कुछ भी नहीं मिलने वाला है. माई जर्नी इज अ रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ hard work and destiny going hand in hand. So that's what I believe in. Second, hard work, self-love, hard work. And third is like the purpose of your life. I think all of us should understand what we are on this planet for, and it goes much deeper than what I'm talking about right now. I think I've never shared this before actually, but I think the purpose of my life is to empower other people, to give it back to the society, to encourage other people, and to do things out of my comfort zone and probably like revolutionize. So I think these are the purpose of my life. So it's very important. आज जो भी मुझे सुन रहे हैं, ये तीन चीजों ने मुझे नेहल चुडासमा बनाया है. The Nehal Chudasama that people know, the Nehal Chudasama that you are keen on listening to. So I think these are the three principles that I always follow: self-love, hard work, and understand the purpose of your life. And it's okay if you don't know the purpose of your life right now. It's okay to know the purpose of your life at 40 or 50. That's okay. Age is just a number, but make sure you do someday. So yeah. Was I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you were audible.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, Nehal, you are audible. Yes. Hope our young minds got a point from you, and they are
Yeah.
very cherished to have you here. And over to Pash Kaur.
Okay, thank you, Miss Priya. Hello, Miss Nehal. Thank you so much
Hi.
for being here and taking time to grace us with your presence.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah. So before we start the session, I would like to ask that how you started your career journey that made you land onto the prestigious platform of Miss Universe.
Right. So I was always someone who was into cultural sports and activities and all of that. Like I was always a performer that way. I was in junior college. I think I was 16 years old when I participated in a personality development show, not even a pageant in my college. And eventually I was thrust into it. I was pushed into it because there weren't a lot of participants. But I participated and I ended up winning it. It had 3 rounds, question answer round. Basically, it was a personality development show where you keep your confidence across and your individuality across, which I won. And later the same day, it was the same day when Femina Miss India was happening back in 2012, I guess, 13, yeah. And I happened to watch that pageant right after winning the personality development show. I think destiny was trying to show me its way that day. But I happened to watch and I was fascinated with the whole idea of how a woman can use her femininity, can use her femininity to raise her voice, to keep her opinions across the stage. Now, this is very important for young women to understand because, bachpan se, I'm so glad like all kinds of people are listening to us today. Um, बचपन से ही लड़कियों को ये सिखाया जाता है कि अपने आप को हाइड करो, छुपाओ, अपने सपनों को आवाज मत दो, अपने ओपिनियंस को आवाज मत दो. और लड़कों को हमेशा ये सिखाया जाता है दैट एम्ब्रेस योर मैस्कुलिनिटी. लाइक हिंदी में कुछ टर्म्स जो लोग यूज करते हैं, अरे मर्द बन यार, अरे खुश हो के, like just be happy that you're a man and you can do so much, that you're strong. And women are always thought that you're weak, you can't do this because you're a woman, ye mat karo because tum ladki ho. So when I watched this pageant, Femina Miss India in 2013, I saw that all these stunningly beautiful women are so much more than what they just look like, are so much more because they all come with a purpose. They're all helping the society with all different things. There's a whole beauty with a purpose uh, thing that happens in Miss India, like it's about giving it back to the society. So I was very fascinated with that thought process at the age of 17. I was nearly 16, 17-year-old, and that what pulled me towards pageants. So yeah, again, just just summarizing the point that women are never taught, like we're never taught to use our femininity to raise our opinions and keep our choices across the stage. So that's what fascinated me towards the pageant, and that's what I did. I started dreaming about Miss Universe. Now, why Miss Universe, I have no clue, but I just wanted to be on that stage. I thought like that was the biggest international pageant ever, and what like representing your country, wearing India's sash across your chest and being there. When I was at Miss Universe, the proudest moment for me was waking up every day and people not addressing me as Nehal. Nobody knows your name, honestly, because there are 90 to 95 participants from across the world, and they address you as India. Now, that was the proudest moment of my life. For those 18 days, I was being called India at that stage, and nothing like it. So, yeah, again, so those were the things that I discussed that fascinated me towards the pageant. And majorly, if I talk about the core source, it was the fact that I had to prove myself in life. I had to show people how self-love can help you evolve your life and how hard work can make you do things. Now, अब जो भी मुझे सुन रहे हैं, I want you guys to be able to relate with me. I was this person who जिसको बचपन से ये बोला गया था, यार तुम खूबसूरत नहीं हो. You're not pretty. You're not beautiful. You're not conventionally beautiful face. You can't do this. तुमसे ये नहीं हो पाएगा, वो नहीं हो पाएगा. And then suddenly, when I was 13, I lost my mother also. So that one hope as a child that I had in my life had left me, and I was clueless. So somewhere down the line, I had to prove my worth as an individual, as a human. And that was, I think, the core source of me deciding to participate in pageants, having my own identity out there, and coming from nowhere. I wanted to be an underdog who actually wins and people are able to relate with her life. So that's what I did. Yeah.
Wow, such an inspirational story you have. And I know that it is not only, it will not inspire only the women, but every person, because a mother is such a supporting system of throughout the life we need. And you lost her at the age of 13. So it was a very difficult thing, I suppose, for you and for every person who lose their mother. So hats off to you for this. And so, ma'am, as you headed toward the pageants and all, so basically, what are the factors you consider that are very important for building an impactful personality? Ma'am, you are on mute. Kindly please unmute, ma'am.
Okay. Sorry. I think the host only has the right to unmute me. Um, what were the major? Okay. The first I already mentioned, first to actually self-love and uh, hard work. Second is self-belief. Like I really want people to understand, uh, because I've been through this. I've been told by people that, this is not a dream that, people like us can achieve. This is something you can't do because we come from a certain financial background, like middle class ho, tum ye nahi kar sakte, tum wo nahi kar sakte, ladki ho, tum ye nahi kar sakte, wo nahi kar sakte. There's a reason why we get thoughts. अगर मुझे ये किसी दिन थॉट आया है कि मैं मिस इंडिया जीत सकती हूँ, there's a reason behind it. अगर आप लोगों में से किसी को ये कभी ये थॉट आया है कि मैं डिजाइनर बन सकता हूँ या बन सकती हूँ, there has to be a reason behind it. So the first step towards walking towards that dream is self belief. वो थॉट आया है, आप उस थॉट को रोज फीड करो. By feed I mean try to manifest it. Think about it day and night. Think about it when you go to sleep. I'm a big believer of manifesting dreams, and I think I've manifested my life because the place where I come from, I'm not sure if you've seen my transformation pictures, but the Nehal that I was back in 2013 is not the person who I am today. It's a completely evolved person, and the core reason, the main reason behind it is self belief. Everyone who's listening to me, अगर आपके दिमाग में एक विजन है कि मैं let me just pick a name, Nisha. If there's a Nisha, okay. If Nisha has a thought in her mind that this is how I visualize myself 5 years down the line or 10 years down the line, then believe in that thought. उस थॉट में आप बिलीव करो और आप प्लान करो कि 10 साल बाद आप वहां पर कैसे पहुंचोगे. आपको अपने फ्लॉस पे वर्क करना है, आपको अपने एडवांटेजेस पे और बेटर वर्क करके उसको और अच्छा बनाना है, आपको एजी बनना है, आपको दुनिया से हटके बनना है. क्योंकि आप अगर जो दुनिया कर रही है वही करोगे तो आप अलग नहीं रहोगे, और आप जब तक अलग नहीं रहोगे तब तक आप उस मुकाम तक नहीं पहुंच पाओगे. So always believe in that one thought that you had, in that dream. Manifest it. Believe that it is possible, no matter what your parents say, No matter what your friends say, no matter what your family or society, what people say should not matter. Take it, if they're giving you, if they're criticizing you, take it very constructively, take it positively. अगर आपको कोई बोल रहा है कि आप ये नहीं कर सकते because of so or so reason, it's okay, accept it, work on that flaw, but make sure you don't stop dreaming. I think that's the core belief that I have: self belief and manifesting. So yeah.
Yes, of course, ma'am. And like you have been into pageant and all sort of competitions. So criticism is the thing that is always present everywhere. So how
Right.
did you manage all the criticism and keep yourself focused throughout the time?
Okay. अब ये कहना बहुत सिंपल लगेगा करने से ज्यादा, but because I have done it, I can tell you very surely how it works. First of all, what I personally do is I ignore negativity, because that's the only way. Sometimes you will be surrounded with so much negativity that it'll look difficult to ignore it. But again, as I said, what people say has nothing to do with who you are, because only you know your journey, not even your parents, not even your siblings. Only you know why you take a certain decision and what all you have been through. Right. So taking that negative validation from someone else makes no sense to me. Even today, when I come across lots of negativity, I shut myself. I shut my doors, my mental doors. I remind myself of who I am. I remind myself of what all I'm capable of. It's very important to have that personal space, when you're surrounded with negativity, आप वो personal space पर जाओ, try to meditate, try to talk to whatever superpower you believe in. It could be God, it could be spirituality, it could be anything. Do anything that helps you. A lot of people like reading books, a lot of people like working out. Like, I am someone who loves working out. So when I'm surrounded with negativity, when I'm very anguished or anxious or something, I make sure I go work out. I will go do cardio, I'll do cycling, I'll do weight trainings. So do whatever makes you feel good about yourself. That's very important when you're surrounded with negativity. And just shut your doors, shut your mind doors of what people say. There are lots of designers here. Aapka art is the best escape you people can have. Like, when I'm surrounded with negativity, I just download, because now that I'm into acting and I'm an actor, I download monologues and scripts and all of that, and I try to escape that reality. I try to take a break from what's going on, and I'll just record myself doing a monologue. I'll do my makeup and play an artist, and it just makes me happy. So as a designer, what you can do is start sketching something, start doing something that makes you happy from within and doesn't feel like work. So that's how I deal with negativity. And all sort of criticism is not negative. There are certain criticism that, like, I faced during my pageant days. There are fans across the world, and they will be sorry, yeah, they will be criticizing you for your walk or for your hair or for the kind of makeup you do or for a lot of different things. Sometimes you need to take it constructively. If a person is saying that your work isn't that great, then there has to be some flaw in it, and you work on it that way. So take it constructively.
Sure, ma'am. So definitely creativity is the key, and art is also a key for all sort of artists, I believe, whether you are a model, supermodel, or a designer. So, ma'am, we know that you are a fitness freak also. You are a certified trainer. So what are the fitness tips you would like to share with our participants today? Please unmute. Host, please unmute, ma'am.
I'm so sorry. I'm just unwell, so I'm gonna keep unmuting myself, muting myself. Yeah. Fitness tips. Okay. So I'm not sure what's the age group of people here who are listening to us, but I'll give very general fitness tips to you all. Okay. Having a goal is great. Okay. Like, I had a goal. I wanted to stand on the Miss Universe stage. So that was my goal. But a very important thing to understand is, don't keep your fitness goal oriented. Because kya hota hai, like, I've had clients, I've had women who come up to me and they're like, please train me because I want to get married in the month of December. I have 6 months and I want to get back to my fit shape in 6 months. And then these same people would work really hard for those 6 months. But as soon as the goal is achieved, they're gone. They're back to being what they were, you know. So my tip is adopt fitness as a lifestyle. Keeping it goal oriented for a certain time is great, but adopt it as a lifestyle because it is going to help you till your last breath. Like I have adopted fitness as a lifestyle. And whenever I start taking things leniently, not just my body goes out of shape, that's not important, but even emotional, I lose out on my emotional and my mental balance too, and a lot of different things. So adopting it as a lifestyle is very important. Second tip is understanding your body. All of our bodies are absolutely different. Mine is different from the one who's speaking, and from, I think we have 317 people. All of our bodies are different. Listening to our body and understanding our body is very important. I don't want to get very scientific or very theoretical about it because not everyone is going to understand that. But there are people who tend to gain weight a lot. There are people who don't gain weight at all, no matter how much they eat, no matter how much they work out, whatever they do. So these are all different biological adaptations of our bodies. It is very important to understand where you set yourself, and consuming the amount of calories that you need to is very important. I'm not saying that आप रोज बैठ के count करो कि आप कितने calories ये कर रहे हो या आप workout करके कितने calories burn कर रहे हो, but at least have an idea that okay, if I eat a certain portion for every 3 hours, 4 meals a day, that should be enough for me. You make sure you don't overeat, because then again your body will gain, and not just gain, but you'll also start feeling very lousy and sleepy and all of that. So listening to your body is very important. It's a very generalized tip that I'm giving right now, but also adopting fitness as a lifestyle. No matter whether you're working out, whether you're just doing cardio, whether you're dancing, you're doing martial arts, yoga, आप कुछ भी करो, बट एक्सरसाइज करना रोज एटलीस्ट 1 घंटा, 60 minutes, 30, 35, 45, 60 minutes अपने बॉडी को देना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. और वो इस टाइम में इम्पोर्टेंट इसलिए है बिकॉज our lifestyle is very like sitting in one place and sketching, or
Right,
sitting
right.
in one place and using computers, and we're not really active these days like people used to be back in the days. So it's very important that you devote at least an hour and a half max to work out every day, any kind of workout, any kind of exercising, and make sure you're very mindful about what you're eating. Like you don't want to overeat and you don't want to undereat as well. You want to have the perfect, मैं ये नहीं बोल रही हूँ कि आप like आप एकदम हाई फाई डाइट प्लान्स फॉलो करो, न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट को बोलो, नहीं, नॉर्मल घर का नॉर्मल खाना भी इनफ है. If you're not into like bodybuilders have a different kind of diet, like people who are from entertainment industry have a different kind of diet. But if you're someone who's living a normal lifestyle, I think just balancing your macros is important. Knowing when your body feels full, and just stop eating then. Like that's what I meant by under eating or overeating. So yeah, being mindful about what you eat and making sure that you exercise every day is very important.
Thank you, ma'am. Definitely, this tip was needed for everyone. Especially, I'm going to follow this.
Yeah.
And, Miss Tash, over to me. A moment
sure.
from Miss Nehal.
Yeah,
sure, sure.
Nehal, yes. See, I would like to know, modeling is an important and integral part of fashion design, right? So, in your perspective, what do you think about fashion, and what do you like to say for the fashion designers who are present here?
Wow, that's a beautiful question. Not that I would have a very impactful input about it, but as a model, I've had a lot of fashion designer friends, and as a model, I feel like okay. So fashion designers have their own creativity that they give into their art, and as a model, it's my job to present the outfit that you create in the way that you visualize it. So I think that's how I would relate with fashion designers. And as a model, I have an individual preference, right? I want to wear dresses that make that is more in the comfort zone, but fashionably risky. Like, I'm someone who would like to take risks when it comes to dressing up, because I don't like to wear cliche things, right? I like to leave a statement as a model or as a public figure. Like, whenever you see me dress up for red carpets or so, I'm always going to have something edgy. So I like risk taking that way, but again, not an outfit that goes out of my comfort zone, like something that I can carry it off and that helps me boost my confidence even more. So that's something I would say as a model. Did I answer your question, or do you have something specific to know? You can come again with that.
Yes, sure. That was really nice. I have one more question for you. So there is a great revolution in fashion industry. So where fashion has changed for plus size people, what is your view about this beautiful change?
I think it's beautiful. Inclusivity is beautiful, be it for plus size people, be it for LGBTQ plus representation. I think any kind of inclusivity is amazing. Okay, so now I'm someone who comes from the fitness background, but I'm also someone who supports body positivity. Now, how does that go along? People need to understand. Now, there's a concept, self love, that includes here. People need to understand that, let's say I'm someone who has thyroid, and no matter how much I work out, no matter how much of a good diet I follow, I'm just not able to cross that limit of, like, getting into the lean muscular zone. I just can't, because I have a certain disease that I cannot fight no matter how much I try. So, and that's when the concept of body positivity comes in the picture, right? Like, because now you're helpless even after doing every bit that you can as an individual. If you can't reach a certain size, that's just out of your control, so you're helpless. And that's when body positivity comes in the picture. And it's very important to have their representation, not just with the size, but with the color, with your sexual identity, with your gender identity. All of that is very important, because when you keep plus models walk the ramp, it normalizes being on the healthier scale. And that's very important, because there are people out there who want to relate with such models, like, let's say, like a really thin model is walking the ramp. How would the plus size model feel that, oh no, I'm not meant for this, or what, is this not normal, am I not normal? So such representation is very important. And I think the first place, after social media, the first industry that has come up with such a great representation and inclusivity about everything is the fashion world. And I really appreciate the industry for that. So yeah.
That's great answer. And are giving enough knowledge to our young mind, those who are here in our workshop today. I'm so happy for that. And can you give some confident tips for our freshers, how to build a confidence in both fashion, criticism?
Right. So I personally feel that confidence is a quality that comes from within you. Right. Like, even when I was a healthier person, healthier as in an obese person, when on the healthier span, I was still a confident human. Regardless of how people would perceive me, I didn't care about that. I knew what I deserve. I knew my talents. I knew how creative I am. I was an MC back in the days when I was on the heavier scale as well. So confidence has nothing to do with how people perceive you, unless you seek for that validation from the society, right? Let's say I'm someone who's an insecure person, who's very underconfident, and the only time when I feel confident is when my mother comes up to me and tells me that, oh Nehal, you're great. Or when your friends come up to you and tell you that, oh Nehal, you did very great. So, seeking for such a validation from outside you will always leave you very insecure as a person. It's very, very important that you seek for that validation from yourself. Self-analyzing is very, very important. It's a concept that people should actually teach in school to these kids. But uh, you sit with yourself and you analyze that, oh, this is what I do great. okay, this is where I can gain confidence from. Or this is where I lack, or I need to work on this area in my life. And once you're done working, you'll always be confident about that area as well. So I think it's something that comes from within you. Sit with yourself. I am a strong believer of meditation. So whenever I'm shaken in my life, I always go back to my personal space. I meditate for a while. I'm not saying I meditate for like half an hour, 1 hour or so. For a couple of minutes, I get back to my senses and I am ready to slay. So that's what I suggest everyone. Be confident within yourself, within who you are, and don't seek for it from the outside world. So yeah.
Yes, that's really inspirational, Ms. Nehal. And I have seen your video that you're telling about the IPS exams, that you have a big goal. I hope you're a multi-talented, where I can see a dynamic thing in you. Would you
Right.
also share with us? What is that?
Right. Oh my God. I've been asked that question like a million times now. I'm going to share something funny as well. Let's
Okay.
not keep it very serious right now.
Okay.
I've always been a curious kid. Like I'm still a curious person. I've always, like there are people who are a 10 on 10 on certain things and 0 or 2 on in other things. I've always been this person who's been so multi-talented that I was always a 60, 75, 80 in everything that I wanted to do. I was very sporty. I was actually a state level athlete. I could do sprinting, marathons, and I was into cultural activities. I could dance. I could just give me a moment. So like I always wanted to explore everything in my life. I never want to leave a stone
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Please bear with that. I'm really sick today.
Absolutely
So yeah,
fine. Please
so
take.
I always wanted to do everything in my life, and I studied commerce. I studied bachelor's in commerce, and I gave law entrances, which I cleared. But then I thought like, no, this wasn't my calling. Then I applied for UPSC, and I had actually enrolled for MPSC, the Maharashtra Board Civil Service exams, and the exam was in 2 or 3 months. But the same time, I happened to get selected for Femina Miss India that year, back in 2018. So then I thought, because it's been a dream for 7 years, let me just try this. Civil service, maybe I'll come back and do that. That's what I decided. But the
Okay.
same year, I happened to win Miss Diva. And I took a break from that vision for a while. So the whole point of discussing this is that I have always been curious, and I wanted to give myself a chance into everything and see then whatever works out. So that's the whole idea behind. So I wanted to become an IPS officer, but then Miss Universe happened, and I came back from the pageant, and I was really disturbed, that I didn't win Miss Universe, because it was a dream for 7 8 years. Now this is something I don't usually share everywhere, but because people are listening to me, I want to give a message of failure. Like, we will fail a million times in life. I have failed. I think I'm still a failure right now. Like somewhere down the line, you're always a failure, and you feel somewhere in the life. आप गिरोगे, आप 50 बार गिरोगे, but that does not count. आप वो जो 51st time उठते हो ना गिर के, that counts. That sets a different part in life, and that actually defines who you are. So giving up is not a choice. I have failed a lot of pageants before I won Miss Diva, I'll tell you. Every month I would go and participate in a regional pageant. I would place in top 5 or so, but not win it. My dad and my brother have witnessed that journey. My best friends have witnessed that journey. I would fail, and I would come back crying, and I would feel like, no, ab bas ho gaya. Now I'm not gonna go back. My dad, in fact, everyone who's listening to me, on the day of Miss Diva finale, I was before going on stage, my dad called me and he told me that, Nehal, beta, like it's okay, because he's seen me fail so many times. He was trying to console me. He was like, beta, it's okay, हम हार जाएंगे ना, कोई बात नहीं, हम कुछ और कर लेंगे life में. So at that point of time, I had failed so much that even my dad was started to believing that, आज I don't know if my daughter is going to win tonight. We had reached that point. So failing is an important part of life, because you only and only learn when you fail. you know हम जब जीत जाते हैं ना, तो हम कुछ सीखते नहीं है, तो हमारी सीख वहां पे रुक जाती है. Our knowledge and our wisdom stops there when you win. Because when you win, you're like, oh my god, अब तो हम जीत गए, अब क्या ही करना है, अब तो हमें सब आता है. You stop yourself, your growth as an individual, but you learn when you fail. So failure is a part of life, and don't give up is what my point is. Never give up when it comes to dreaming, when it comes to achieving dreams. Imagine if I had given up the second last time when I failed, I wouldn't be on the Miss Diva stage. So I think that is very important. Even if people around you give up on you, make sure you don't give up on yourself. That's very important. So I didn't win Miss Universe, and it really hurt me. I was super, I was super low for a couple of months, and my dad was shocked. He was like, "What's up with my daughter? Why is she not moving out of the house? Why isn't she doing something?" And then one day he told me that, "Beta, why don't you try acting?" So I thought, what, let me just do a workshop, let me just see how this goes. And then I eventually went to do a workshop, and I came out of it loving this form of art. I had never planned on doing acting, never. I still, my managers still are surprised when I still remember that day when I walked up to them and I told them, you know what, guys, pitch me for acting, because now this is what I mean to do. Now this is what I want to do. They were surprised. They were like, okay, we can't believe, because Nehal was all about something else. Now she just walks up to us and she tells us that we want to do acting. So two things. One is, I did not give up. If I wanted to, I would give up on, on life if I wanted to, but I did not. That failure did not stop me. And second is, always let this curious child inside you explore different things in life. I mean, that's what I believe in. It's okay if plan A doesn't work, you will always have plan B. If plan B doesn't work, you'll always have plan C, D, E, F, till the Z. But never
That's
give
awesome.
up. Yeah, never give up is what is my mantra. And that's what I believe in. Now, coming back to your question about IPS, I'm 26. I think by 2 years I'll be done with the chances. But I think I've found my new love in this form of art, that is acting and entrepreneurship, which you'll know what I'm talking about very soon. But yeah, that's what I mean to do now. That's what my calling is. So yeah.
For goals in your way to the inspirations. And see, actually you have given a big thing, like where negativity should not subside our young mind. Whenever we fall, we have to stand up for ourselves. That thing has
Right.
very clear to the young minds who are sitting in front of the screen. Definitely this would have motivated them more than any other positivity. So thanks for that a
Right.
lot. We would like
Thank
to see you also to
thank
just cheer
you.
up with such a motivational speech to all our participants who are present, who will be present over there. And over to
I
Pat.
I just hope all that I've spoken in last 40 minutes, even if I'm able to touch one person's life, even if one girl or one boy is able to understand what I actually meant to say, that would really, I mean, God would bless me if I'm able to touch even one person's life that way. But I hope it does. Yeah.
Yes, would have touched all the hearts over here and our WD's hearts also. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
over to Pash.
Yes,
So we
thank you.
have time
Thank you,
so
Ms.
much.
Priya.
It's over to Pash.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Priya. So before we are coming to the end of our session, ma'am, what would the tips, the grooming tips, would you like to recommend our designers and our upcoming designers, that
Hmm.
the fashion tips that every person or every designer should have? Like, what are the factors when you choose your personal style?
Right. Okay, first let me, like, these are like three different questions. Let me talk about grooming. Okay, I, after being in this industry, I have realized one thing: grooming is very important. Let's say, for example, you're going for a job at a place where there are five different candidates, and all five of them are equally talented, and like the organization is sort of confused, whom should we take as our employee? Then what is going to help you is how well dressed or how groomed or how nicely styled you are. Because this is just how the entertainment industry works. Let's say you're someone who's very lousy and who hasn't really put any effort within on themselves, on their appearance or personality or whatsoever, who doesn't speak well, who isn't nicely dressed. The organization is definitely going to give that chance to someone else. So grooming is very important. This is how it works in acting as well. When you go for auditions, there are 20 people at the same time and 200 people overall giving an audition. Right. So what sets you apart besides your talent is how well you conduct yourself, how well you connect with other people, how well you talk to them, or how well groomed you are. So that's what sets you apart from others. You want people to remember you, not, of course they will remember you by your talent and your creativity, by your art, but apart from that, you want to leave a mark on people wherever you go. So how you speak to them, which is again a part of personality development and grooming, and how you conduct yourself, that's very important. So these two, you make sure, apart from working on your creativity and talent, you make sure you do this as well. Um how okay, your next question was how,
The
what's your
fashion,
personal
the
style?
tips when you choose your personal style. What are
Right.
the, yeah, when you choose a dress or any designer, what are the key factors you consider while choosing them?
Wow. So, first of all, I choose something that helps me enhance my body more. Like, let me just tell you very practically. I work hard on my body. I spend hours behind working out. I follow a diet. I sacrifice and compromise a lot of times as an artist. So I would rather wear a dress that helps me, like enhance my body, or that helps me with the shape that I have, and not something that hides who Nehal or what my body is. So that's one thing that I always consider. Second is a dress that helps me boost my confidence even more. I am a confident person from within, but obviously your style quotient sort of helps you boost your confidence even more. So second is that. And third is, will I be able to do justice to what I'm wearing? Now, it's the opposite of what I just mentioned previously. There are some dresses that no matter how good or how tall or how short or whatever you are, you just can't do justice to that dress. And then the designer feels bad about it because it's their creation after all. So make sure that you choose a dress that you're able to do justice to as a model. So that these are the three things that I consider.
Oh, thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank
So,
you.
I would like to thank you for being here with us and sharing your valuable knowledge and the tips with all of us. And I hope it has inspired not only the designers, but all the women out there, because you are an epitome of motivation and empowerment, women empowerment to us. So, thank you so much, ma'am. And we are eagerly waiting to share the stage with you at our Goa conclave.
I'm
Exactly.
so excited to be there on 1st of July.
And Ms. Nehal, behalf of our WDF team, I would like you to invite all the participants to participate in the Goa Conclave.
Oh yes, of course you guys must. I've not had a chance of listening to all 305 of them. So I would love to see your faces when I come there in Goa on 1st of July. Please do that. And it would be wonderful meeting you. I would love to have an interactive session with you all. I wish I could do that now, because I love clearing out doubts and giving personal tips to people. So please do make sure that you're there in Goa on 1st of July. Please come. And before we end, again, just quickly summarizing, because I really hope it helps people. First is, please love yourself, believe in your dreams, make sure you work hard every minute of your life without being toxic on yourself. And just go manifest your dreams as a designer, as a model, whatever you want to be in life. And there's not one thing you can be. You can be lots of different things. Like I'm an actor, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a model. I've literally done everything that I always wanted to. So make sure you achieve your dreams and believe in yourself and manifest it. Everyone, age is just a number. Your height, color, shape, nothing matters in this life if it does not matter in your head. So just go get it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, ma'am, for your powerful words and your
Thank you.
inspiring words. So we hope all the participants will be there at Goa Conclave and will personally meet you and have a chance to interact with you. So thank you again. And I would like
Yes.
to thank all the participants and the entire team of WDF and Sabyasachi sir for conducting these sessions, as these are not only the sessions, but an epitome for all the knowledge and the motivational part for our contestants. So thank you all.
Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful time and enjoy the next session as well. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. See you at the Golden Clay.
Nehal ma'am. Nehal ma'am.
Yes, yes, yes.
CEO sir is going to join. Can you please wait a while?
Sure,
CEO
sure.
sir,
no problem.
Ankush sir is going to join. Yes, yes, yes.
Do you want me to keep my video off or is it okay if it stays on?
Ma'am, completely your choice. Once sir will join, you can on your video.
Okay, I'll keep it on off till then.
Okay.
So before our CEO sir of World Designing Forum is joining us, I hope all the designers had a wonderful motivational speech today from our from our guest speaker, Nehal. So can you all give a thumbs up? Yeah, that's the spirit. Thank you so much.
Exactly, and Nehal, thank you so much. It was a really very nice session. I heard some of the points. So it is really interesting, and I would like to request to all of you, the fashion designers, the members of the core committee, and the rest fashion designers who have been participated over there. So please stay welcome. And is Sabyasachi is there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sorry, was that
Hi,
Ankush?
Nehal.
Hi, Sabya.
Hi.
I'm a bit unwell, so I'm just looking at the beautiful ladies and the inspirational words by Nehal. And Nehal, hats off to you. After all this struggle, what you have achieved is great. And you're going to do real greater in your life for sure.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful that I'm surrounded with people like you who are all about supporting and
Once I'm
encouraging.
groomed well, I would be meeting you in Goa for sure.
I'm super thrilled about that experience. Super
And
thrilled.
despite of being unwell and you're coughing and you're not well, you're still there with a smiling face. And I'm sure everybody is going to learn that any adversity, any problem comes in your life, keep the smile up and keep the spirit up.
Absolutely. That's the only way we know. So yeah, I hope everyone remembers that too.
Thank you for being there. And Ankush
Thank
is there, the CEO of WDS. So he just thank you for being here.
Thanks a lot, you guys.
Well,
So much.
Sabyasachi, after the session of the Amit Tyagi, should we please announce about the G20 and Agra?
Absolutely. We will do that. Okay. Thank you, Nehal, for being there.
Thank you guys. I'm gonna take a leave now.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah,
It was a very nice session. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.